Hello everyone and welcome here to Oceanside Stadium on Aquarion as we are just about ready to get started here. Match day number 2 of the Colonial Football League. Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Nate Lisko welcoming you into what should be a fantastic day of football. We've got 6 great matches on the slate and we start with Virgon and Aquarion. Teams shaking hands and getting ready to go. Here we are about to see the Virgon United making their way onto the pitch. They drew with Toron their last time out. There you see Lucas Podolski. Bastian Schweinsteiger, the hero for Virgon, as he scored very late in that game to turn it into a 2-2 draw. Here you see the starters for the home Aquarion side. Their go-to player is Neymar as they come out in the 4-1-2-1-2 set. Neymar and Thiago, a very potent offensive team, trying to get things going for Aquarion. There you see the starting 11 for Virgon. Josie Altidore, the young striker, showed some promise in their first game. He played more defensively throughout the first half, stepped up a little bit in the second half. And of course, Bastian Schweinsteiger, the man that is responsible for their 1 point last week. Official has checked both keepers, and we are ready to get started. Virgon will start with the ball. They are wearing the white jerseys, green shorts. They are moving right to left across your screen. The Whalers of Aquarion in the blue jerseys with the yellow sleeves. They will be moving left to right. Ashley Young with it for Virgon here to start things out. He's going to move it forward to Van Wolfswinkel. Couple of blue jerseys around him as he tries to move it forward. Gets around one sliding challenge. Has a chance now as his defender is beaten. He's going to dribble it all the way to the penalty area. Probably should have taken this shot. A little hesitant there. Didn't want to hit it with his left. And it will result in a clearance for Aquarion. But some early aggression here from Virgon. There's Schweinsteiger trying to apply a little bit of early pressure. In the end, not really a challenge, as that's not going to be his shot with the left from the top of the penalty spot like that, or penalty area like that, excuse me. So goal kick puts it back into play, potentially the first chance for an Aquarion offensive possession. Instead, Virgon wins the ball in the air, and they are going to move forward once again as Altidore passes it forward for Belia. Dribbling now to the near side, gives it up for Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger dribbling in towards the 6. We'll try to get a centering pass in. It's going to be deflected out off of the defense, and an early corner kick coming up here for Virgon. Schweinsteiger trying to make a mark on this game here in the early going. A lot of offensive touches for him. Schweinsteiger will hit it from the corner. He's got 4 white jerseys in the box. He's going to drive it to Altidore in the back of the box, but it will be headed away by the Aquarion defense here in the 5th minute. All Virgon in possession here in the early going. Finally a chance forward coming now for Neymar. Neymar just stayed onside. He's going to give it back to Affalay. Affalay runs into Belia, who takes it away. Belia plays it forward for Podolski. Ping-pongs across a couple of Aquarion defenders, and he'll give it off to Ashley Young on the far side of the pitch, out over the touchline for a Virgon throw. Here's Neymar once again giving up to Thiago. Trying to pass it forward to Giardino, nothing to it. Hilbert will step forward to stop it out, and they will eventually give it forward to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger trying to do a little bit too much with it. Almost lost the possession, but Virgon will take it right back. Two teams playing pretty well defensively here in the early going. Virgon has been the aggressor thus far. There's a bad pass going to be taken away by Affalay. Looking for Thiago in the middle of the pitch. He's guarded by Altidore, who does a good job of stepping up and take it away. I've been really impressed by Josie Altidore's defensive capabilities here in this young season. I think most of the hype around him came as a striker, but he has been positioned as the center attacking midfielder on this squad, which means he's got to play a little bit of defense as well, and he has done that admirably here in the first game in 10 minutes or so of the season. Podolski dribbling forward, has Schweinsteiger. Beautiful little pass forward, and Schweinsteiger finishes. Virgon leads it by 1 in the 10th minute. That was great teamwork moving forward. Beautiful little through ball to Schweinsteiger at the top of the penalty area, past the defense, and that's an easy finish for the number 3 overall pick in the draft. As Aquarion loses it back out over the touchline. So an early goal for Virgon here. See if they can continue to roll with the momentum. Aquarion has looked a little sloppy here in the early going. They've been on their defensive heels quite a bit, and they've lost a couple balls out of bounds like that. Need to pick it up if you're going to want to have a chance to run with this team. Here's a nice pass into Van Wolfswinkel. He's looking for Podolski in the middle, but it gets headed away. Sliding shot by Altidore, and then eventually sent out wide. Virgon not content with their 1-goal lead. They are keeping the pressure up here in the 11th minute. Once again, glad you are with us here. Match day number 1 of week 2, or excuse me, match day number 2. Match number 1 of the Colonial Football League. Aquarion and Virgon butting heads right now. Giardino was the intended target, never quite got to him. Here's Van Wolfswinkel now, gives it up to Schweinsteiger, middle of the pitch. Schweinsteiger dribbling around Olsen, no problem. Tried to flip it forward for Podolski. Didn't quite get a good cleat on it. Olsen now trying to move forward. He's got Van Wolfswinkel in front of him. And again, trying to give it up to Giardino. Nothing doing. The Virgon defense has been very good. Aquarion's passing, on the other hand, has been extremely sloppy here in the early going. Zusi intercepts for Aquarion as the Whalers tried him on any sort of offense here. He's going to dribble all the way down towards the penalty area. Van Wolfswinkel steps over and cuts that out. Olsen's throwing is for Zusi. They'll give it back to Olsen, looking to get it towards the middle of the box. Instead, he's going to give it to Giardino here on the near side stripe. Giardino dribbles down to the baseline and will win a corner kick. So here's a chance for Aquarion. Early corner kick, 15th minute. They trail it by 1, and Lucas will take it. He will hit it with the left and bend it towards the spot. One in the air by the Virgon defense, and Altidore will just clear it away. Here's the ball forward now for Neymar. That's a name that we need to be calling a lot more. Neymar tries to chip it in for Affley. Nothing doing. Maybe a little too unselfish there for Neymar. I think if he turns and has a rip at it, he might have a good chance of putting it past the keeper. Instead, he tried to pass it forward, and there was nobody on the other end to receive it. Stindl dribbles forward, gives it off to Podolski. Tempted through ball to Podolski, picked out by the Whalers defense. Here's Neymar once again. Now's the time for the ball. There's for Thiago. Thiago's got one more to Affley up top. Affley looking to get a centering pass in. Said he's going to drive it himself and way overshoots Giardino. Not quite sure what he was trying to do there, but in the end it did not work. And another offensive opportunity wasted by Aquarion. Can't say they haven't had their shots, and we're only in the 17th minute, but thus far the offense has looked very stagnant. And there you see the number up on the top of your screen. Virgon completing 92% of their passes, just 68 for Aquarion. That has been the difference thus far. Virgon looking very crisp, but they hold the 1-goal lead. Nice sliding challenge by Josie Altidore. He's going to give it off to Schweinsteiger. Leaves it for Stindl. Stindl picked up by Affley. He's going to dribble it back towards the middle of the pitch. Now back to Pander on the defensive line. Ashley Young jumps over the sliding challenge of Bacchetti. Trying to get it to the corner. He's going to try to pull it back out now. Now goes to the corner, dribbles in. Tempted pass forward for Van Wolfswinkel. Needed a little more juice on it as that got cut out before it got there. Here's Schweinsteiger in the middle. This Aquarion team is one that is built to be moving forward. You've got Neymar and Thiago up front, your first 2 draft picks, but they're playing a lot of defense. Here's Van Wolfswinkel. Looked like he might have had a clear run on the goal. The first touch was not a good one, though, as it will be eventually cleared away. And now maybe a chance for a counter for Aquarion. Here's Olsen coming forward. He's got a couple blue jerseys in front of him. Said he's just going to take it himself, and he'll get run right off the ball. A little too selfish there by Olsen. He had a couple passes, decided that he wanted to keep it himself, and paid the price for it with a very costly turnover on what could have been a pretty decent build-up. Stindl gets mugged on the far sideline, manages to dribble through it. No whistle, finally taken away by Thiago. Playing all the way back on the back line to get that one away. Here's Affalay now, trying to work the far side of the pitch. Has one more pass if he wants it. He does not want it, and once again he gets dispossessed. Kind of catches a break, though, as that ball is out over the touchline for a throw. This has been all Virgon here in the 24 minutes or so that we have played. Their passing is not great, and when they try to be selfish with it and not pass, they're losing it just the same. Here's Ashley Young dribbling down to the near touchline, trying to get it to the corner and get a centering pass in. He's going to give it to Van Wolfswinkel in the penalty area. Back out to Belia. Belia has Schweinsteiger in the middle of the pitch. Schweinsteiger going to turn and take one, and a nice save. Just caught the fingertips of the keeper. Otherwise, Schweinsteiger might have been in the book for a second time with a goal. It does turn into the corner kick, though. Schweinsteiger will take it. He will drive it to the back of the box once again. Podolski tried to get on the back end of it. Affalay headed it out before it got there. Still possessed by Virgon, though. And finally, a clearance from the Aquarion back line. That's going to be all the way up for Neymar. Neymar's got to run in the middle of the field. Possible counterattack here. Did not hit that through ball very well, but Neymar's going to get it back. He is one-on-one with the keeper. Dribbling into the box. Neymar, a little stutter step. And Viviano comes out to make a beautiful diving save. Looked like Neymar hesitated just a little bit. It looked like he was going to try to go for a hesitation move. Viviano did not buy it and came out and slid beautifully in for the diving save. Here's Neymar once again. Another golden opportunity for Aquarion they are not able to capitalize on. Neymar tries to dribble through the sea of white jerseys. Nothing doing. Josie Altidore will come out of there with it. He'll drop it all the way back to his keeper. Not the greatest clearance in the world, but it will work as Belia going to send it up to the front line for Van Wolfswinkel. And they will try to reset by passing it back. Very good ball control here by Virgon. They are controlling the pace of this match just the way that they want to play it. Stindl gives to Altidore. He's going to pass forward for Schweinsteiger, and they're going to switch the field all the way across to Ashley Young. One to nothing Virgon here. 30th minute. If you are just joining us, Bastian Schweinsteiger has the lone tally of this game. Got a beautiful ball forward as it's going to be chipped in. Flag stays down, but it will be cleared away. Aquarion has not been able to mount much of an offensive resistance here. That one chance a couple minutes ago with Neymar dribbling forward, but other than that, their offensive chances have pretty much been wasted, be it bad passes or lack of passes. There's Pepe with the interception at the midfield stripe, trying to thread it through for Young. Good job by a couple of Whaler defenders to make sure that that ball didn't get through. There was nobody between, looked like Altidore and the keeper if that ball managed to get through. Here's a run now on the far side for Affalay. Looking for help in the box. His runs are late getting there. Neymar really trailing behind. Affalay has to dribble it all the way in himself. He will lose it out over the touchline for a corner kick. Didn't know if he was the last one to touch that or not. He wasn't. Here's an in-swinger to the spot. Punched away by Viviano. Not all the way out. Thiago will hold the top of the box. Sends a low ball in. Gets deflected away. And it will be cleared out by Virgon. As Neymar tries to reinstate the offense, dribbling forward. He's going to give it to Lucas on the far side. Lucas dribbling in towards the penalty area now. Attempts to chip one in, but Stindl sticks him straight up and will clear it away. Good defensive job there by Stindl. But finally, a little bit of offensive life here for Aquarion. A couple decent chances in a row. Maybe starting to turn the momentum with this one a little bit. Beautiful little chip ball for Wendt. Wendt has Neymar in the box if he wants him. Here's the ball for Neymar. Unable to get a head on it. And it will be cleared away. This is more like it for Aquarion, though. As I just said, the offensive pressure is starting to be mounted a little bit here as we approach the later stages of half number one. Schweinsteiger moves it forward for Van Wolfswinkel. Possessed by Aquarion. This is Aquarion's home opener. Their first match here at Oceanside Field. by far the smallest of the stadiums here in the Colonia Football League. Of course, Aquarion being the smallest of the 12 tribes as well. Here's a ball in for Giardino. Unable to do anything with it as Young's going to go pick it up. There is talk of a new stadium to be built here for the Aquarion Whalers after a couple years in the league with some of the revenue that they generate. Aquarion currently last on the list to host the Colonial Cup, so it'll be a few years before they require the facilities to host that event. Give them a chance to build up a little bit of revenue and be able to afford a brand new stadium. As Bealey is going to dribble it in, has a couple, tries to chip over for Young. Young was just offside. Wasn't quite sure. The flag stayed down, but there you see it. He's very clearly 2 steps or so offside. Bit of a late whistle, but the whistle came nonetheless. So 39th minute, the Aquarion will once again take possession with a chance to do something before the halftime whistle. Except the ball is going to be won in the air by Virgon. Bacchetti possesses here near side for Aquarion, trying to find something with it. Threads it through 4 white jerseys to Neymar. Neymar not able to do anything with that much pressure around him, though. He will lose it. Here's Podolski now. Podolski tries to bring it forward. He's instead going to drop it for Belia. Belia gives to Altidore. Good footwork by Altidore. Almost managed to beat both Aquarion defenders. Instead, he will lose it to Lucas. It's Virgon who's looking a little bit more sluggish now as the half has gone on, but that's a nice defensive stand. Larsenil is playing out of his mind over there on the back right side. He has made a couple of very, very good defensive stops. That's a bad throw, intercepted by Josie Altidore. But Went will take it right back. Lucas tried to dribble forward. He will lose it to Schweinsteiger, passing forward for Van Wolfswinkel. Possession back to Aquarion. 3 minutes and stoppage time left to play here. Half number 1. Aquarion looking for the equalizer. Neymar dribbling in towards the penalty area. He'll still keep it. Hilbert finally gets a foot on it to pop it away, but it will be a corner kick coming up for the Whalers. Lucas stands over it once again. Another in-swinger, a little bit over the spot. Somebody got a head on it, got knocked away. I believe Neymar got the head on it. Could not quite direct it in the net. Viviano made a diving stop. No, their opportunity for Aquarion goes by the wayside. They do still have the throw, somewhat deep in Virgon territory, though. Thiago tries to dribble it towards the middle. Dribbles around a couple, has the shot and a goal. Just before the break, Thiago, with a beautiful individual effort, will tie us at 1 apiece. Didn't think he had any chance of putting the trigger on this. There you see 5 white jerseys around him, but somehow he manages to dribble it through all of them and deliver it to the back of the net. 1 apiece here, 44th minute. Boy, you can just feel the momentum coming away from Virgon as that half progressed. And Aquarion has tied it up. Here's Altidore now. 3 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Aquarion says that's plenty of time for us to go score another goal, as Olsen wants to dribble it forward. He passes up to Thiago. Already with one is Thiago, trying to maybe assist another one. Attempts to get across in. He will instead win the corner kick. Or goal kick, excuse me. Thought that got deflected. I guess I was mistaken, as Virgon will take it up. Pander forward for Belia. He's going to dribble around Barzagli very easily. Has a ball up top for Stindl. Unfortunately, did not hit it all that well, as Stindl not able to get to it before it's passed back and into the waiting arms of the Aquarion keeper. As that will be sent out for Thiago. Thiago maybe has one more chance at this. Gets pulled by Schweinsteiger. No whistle. As Lars Stindl will have it. Halftime whistle surely just about to blow here. Aquarion with maybe one more chance. Neymar forward for Olsen. Olsen going to give it to Appelé, dribbling in towards the top. He will lose it to Pepe. And Virgon will thwart that maybe last chance of pressure. And there is the halftime whistle. So we are tied 1 apiece. Schweinsteiger opened the scoring. Thiago tied it in the 44th minute. As we get ready to take a look at some of the highlights here. First, the goal from Schweinsteiger. That is a beautiful ball in. And an easy little tuck inside the near post for Schweinsteiger. There's that great diving save on the ball that Neymar dribbled through, as Barzagli was the one who hit the header on that corner kick. Was not quite able to get it past the keeper. And there is the Thiago goal. And there's that attempted clearance late. So let's take a look at some of the first half numbers. Teams are tied at 1 apiece. Shots pretty much dead even. Possession, Virgon still controls that category. That more of a holdover from the beginning of that half, though. I think Aquarion really tried to even that up in the second half of that half. There you see the shot and the passing accuracy. Good job by Aquarion to get that passing accuracy back up. It was down in the 60s early in the half, but they got it back up to 76. So that is half number 1. We will be back with the second half of action here from Aquarion. Substitution to start off half number 2. Olsen will check out. Don't believe there's an injury. Didn't see anything. Depay will check in for him. Maybe just tired legs as we are ready to go here, half number 2. Once again, the Aquarion Whalers in their blue jerseys with yellow sleeves. They're moving right to left now across your screen. Neymar with it, near side. Thought about dribbling into the penalty area. He couldn't quite get around Hilbert. Does manage to get on to the other side, and just missing was Thiago. Oh, he had that second goal all lined up. Neymar chipped it beautifully. Thiago just couldn't quite direct it inside the far post. The Whalers of Aquarion are taking on the Virgon United. They are in the white jerseys with green shorts. They are moving left to right across your screen. Young gives it forward for Belia. It's picked up by Thiago. Schweinsteiger now. One move around Affley, no problem for him as he's going to run into another couple defenders. Still on the ball is Schweinsteiger. Looked like he was trying to give it off to Podolski there. Instead, it will be passed back to the keeper and cleared away. Maybe a little too much individual effort there by Schweinsteiger. That pass to Podolski could have gone a little bit sooner. Here's Affley now, forward for Neymar. Neymar once again working on Hilbert. Hilbert has been pretty much taken advantage of all day by Neymar. He's dribbled around him a couple times, has the striker. Van Wolfswinkel moves it forward, runs into Zusi, who takes it away, but Belia will keep the possession for Virgon. There you see the tackles. Hilbert has done his job today thus far, but it has not always been pretty as Young is dispossessed by Bacchetti. Could have been a whistle play on, says the official. Schweinsteiger with it now for Virgon. Again, looking to get it to Podolski. Instead, he's going to find Altidore. Altidore gives it back. Here's Podolski now. Has two blue jerseys in front of him. He's going to turn and get it to the middle of the pitch for Van Wolfswinkel. Van Wolfswinkel had a window, didn't take it. Instead, he's going to dribble around his defender. Now into the 6th. Ball got deflected, and Van Wolfswinkel will finish. That was a messy play inside the box, but in the end, Van Wolfswinkel has given Virgon the 2-1 lead. Individual effort. Probably should have taken the shot about 3 times. Instead, when he did, it got deflected back to him, and he was able to finish it off. There you see the ball deflects off the back of the defender right back to him for the easy goal. Does he get an assist to himself for that? I feel like he should, as Virgon leads 2-1 over Aquarion here, 52nd minute here in Aquarion. Again, the home opener for the Whalers. Virgon drew with Toron in their home opener last week. Scenario somewhat similar to this, actually, except for the fact that they were the ones currently in Aquarion's position. That's going to be passed all the way back to the keeper. Bad pass out. Pepe has the shot and score. Or excuse me, Giardino has the shot, and we are tied up at 2 apiece. Horrendous pass by Viviano. Easy pickup for Giardino. The net was wide open, and he puts it home. It's a simple pass back. Shouldn't be anything to it, but it looks like Viviano's cleat got stuck as he tried to hit that. Completely shanks the pass, and fortune seems to be on the side of the Whalers as they tie it up here 2 apiece. That is the last thing you want to have happen after you score the go-ahead goal. Momentum should be on your side. Instead, they give it right back to the Virgon United. Young trying to get to the corner to get a centering pass in. Successfully gets the centering pass in. Unfortunately, nobody from his team was there to be on the back end of it. As Hilbert going to chip forward. Schweinsteiger hits the deck hard. It's going to be won by Aquarion, but they quickly give it back. Pander with the interception. He gives it forward for Belia. What a turn of events here on Aquarion as Depay with the interception. The substitute getting his first touch of the contest. He gives it forward for Thiago. Thiago's going to play it all the way out wide for Bacchetti. As flag is up, Depay was just offside. Apparently Bacchetti got a yellow card. We are getting information that he is in the book with the yellow. I never actually saw the official give it to him. But Bacchetti is in the book with a yellow card. I have no idea what for. Did not see the challenge, but something to keep an eye on here as this match progresses. Young tries to dribble forward. He's going to give it up to Van Wolfswinkel. And Wolfswinkel gives it back to Pander. 2-person football now. Far touchline. Working on the yellow-carded Bacchetti. Know that he's got to be a little bit more careful. Here's the pass down now for Belia. Still working that far wide position are the Virgon United as Young tries to dribble it back in towards the center. Working on Depay. He will give it off to Altidore now back in the middle of the pitch. Here's Schweinsteiger. 58th minute, tied 2 apiece. The man that Virgon wants on the ball currently possesses it. That is Schweinsteiger, but he will lose it quickly to Affalay. Now coming back the other way are Aquarion. Potential counterattack here. They have numbers. Affalay going to dribble all the way himself. Tried to cut it up. Needed to get rid of that ball a lot earlier than he did. As Thiago will take the attended clearance from the keeper Viviano. Here's Lucas. Belia does a good job to step in and take the ball away. Trying to do it all himself now is Belia coming back the other way. And again, the selfishness costs him as he is dispossessed by the defensive line. Boy, for as well as Virgon was passing in the early going here, they have definitely seemed to have lost their touch a little bit. Here's Giardino. Maybe the slippery conditions getting to them. I think this is something that we are going to see quite a bit here for Aquarion home games. It rains an awful lot here on this planet. As it's going to be chipped forward. Here's Depay. Thought about driving. Instead, he's going to pull it back out, looking for somebody to pass it to. He's going to chip forward. Flag is up. About a step or so on the offside for Thiago. As the ball got played into him. Good call by the official. 62nd minute here. Still tied 2 apiece. Plenty of time for one team to find that final game-winning goal. Here's Neymar passing forward for Giardino. He's got one already for Aquarion. Might have had visions of another one. Good sliding challenge at the back. Made sure that didn't happen. Here's Schweinsteiger now. He's going to pass forward for Josie Altidore. Altidore trying to dribble around the defense. Does a pretty decent job of it. He's going to make it all the way to the penalty area before losing it to Zusi. And it will be out for a Virgon throw. Throw is going to be for Belia. Sliding challenge by Giardino. Good job to dispossess there. Now Thiago and a chance for a counterattack. Hilbert does a good job of stamping that up before anything was able to build. Aquarion's going to try again. Here comes Thiago once more. Now a chip forward for Depay. This one is onside and very well done. He's got Neymar in the box if he wants him. Pass forward for Giardino, and Giardino is going to be ruled offside by the official. Not sure about that one. Looked like the ball was plenty in front of the defender. That's a very tough whistle to take if you're Aquarion. Golden opportunity called back by a very questionable offside. Here's Altidore now. Chance coming back the other way. Podolski's got to be careful to stay onside. Van Wolfswinkel up to Biglia. Nice job by Bacchetti to step in with no fear of his yellow card and take it away. Not so great on the clearance, though, as it will be maintained by Schweinsteiger. Virgon center forward, dribbling forward. Schweinsteiger again hits the deck, no whistle. Podolski has it taken away by Lucas, but Altidore is going to go pick him up. Podolski now, semicircle, looking for something to do with it. Tries to pass it to Biglia. Depay steps in with the interception. Again, that slick ball. Looks like Virgon's passing is much less crisp than it had been. Field conditions are going to be deteriorating a little bit. Giardino tries to send it forward for Affalay. Nothing doing. Over the touchline and back to Virgon. We are looking for what would potentially be a decisive goal here in the 68th minute. Neymar trying to get his team back on track. He will get taken down. Play on, says the official. Chip forward for Neymar, who is going to be onside. Ball still loose in the box. Here's Thiago, has the shot, and Thiago takes the lead with his second goal for Aquarion. Boy, I thought for sure the flag was going to go up for Neymar. He looked to be a step offside. Official didn't see it. Ball came loose in the box, and a bit of a screen as the defender was trying to get up off the ground. Viviano couldn't dive through him, and it turns into a goal for Thiago. Aquarion leads it 3-2. It has been an odd one here on Aquarion, but thus far it favors the home Whalers. Boy, this is definitely not the way that Virgon saw this game going at all. Here's a pass forward now for Giardino. An insurance goal would be very, very nice for Aquarion right here. As we have just seen, anything can happen in this match. We still have 20 minutes to play plus stoppage time, as Lucas will pick it back up for Aquarion. Good job by the Virgon defense to snuff it out. Here's Schweinsteiger moving forward. Again, they have a very clutch late-game scorer in Schweinsteiger. Should it come to it, do the Virgon United. Podolski run off the ball by Wendt. There's Altidore chipping forward for Neymar now. Neymar gives it back down to Wendt. Couple blue jerseys moving forward. One's going to dribble it in himself. Gives it for Affalay. Affalay turns. Trying to get it back to the middle. Pass all the way through. Maybe would have had a run at that one. Could Neymar. Never quite got to him. Here's Depay. Nice little move around Young. Depay's going to dribble in. Looking to give it to somebody in the middle. He's going to send it all the way through the box for Affalay, who just manages to track it down before it goes out. Centering pass got deflected, but manages to get to Neymar anyway. Here's Thiago looking for his hat trick. Dribbling through. He's going to give it to Bacchetti, who has a pretty poor effort at goal. Boy, all that work, and the end of it was not pretty for Aquarion. That ball needs to be hit a lot better than it was. It was a very good offensive chance and a very good job of possessing the ball within the opponent's penalty area, but at the end, the shot was just not up to par. As Viviano's goal kick, it's going to be won by Virgon off the second touch. Little scrum forward at midfield. Virgon will possess. Podolski tries to come forward. Affalay giving him all sorts of business over there, as Podolski manages to fight through it, though. Little scrum forward up the touchline, and it will be out for a Virgon throw. Good hard battle for the ball here on the near side touch. Schweinsteiger trying to dribble it towards the middle. Has the shot, and another save. He's hit a couple rockets from out there, but thus far the keeper has been up to task on both of them. Here's Pander looking for someone to throw it into. He will find Podolski. Gives it back to Young on the far side. Looking to get a centering pass in is Young. It's going to be headed away. Good job by the Aquarion defense. Stindl has one with the right. Never got to the net. Still loose in the box, though. Depay trying to clear it away. Gets under it a little bit. As here's Schweinsteiger. Can hit it from anywhere on the pitch. Dribbling in. As we have, looks like a Virgon player down. Altidore turns. Has the shot. Deflected away. And Lucas will possess and clear it away. Biglia is the player that was injured. Here's Neymar now. Neymar, if he gets around this one defender, has a free run at the net. He's got a run coming to the bottom as well. Instead, Neymar tries to take it himself and gets run off the ball by a couple Virgon defenders. Viviano will eventually clear it out. Here's Depay. Can't quite get there. We've got a whistle and a free kick. As maybe a little late on the challenge, but a dangerous free kick coming here. Lucas will take it. Neymar's going to go stand over it as well. Shot's going to be taken, and a beautiful diving save by Viviano. Just barely kept that out. Wall broke down off the first touch, and it was everything that Viviano had to keep that from going in the back of the net. Here's a chance, though. Lucas going to hit the corner kick, sends it short for Neymar. Unable to get in front of it was Neymar, and it'll be cleared away by Virgon. Altidore with it for Virgon, desperately trying to find that tying goal. Podolski coming forward as well. Boy, it looked like he wanted to pass it forward for Altidore, but Altidore was about 2 steps offside, so Podolski had to hold on to it and lost the ball because of it. Here's Bacchetti making a run now along the far sideline. Nice sliding challenge by Belia to keep it away, and we will have substitutions from both teams. Altidore will be checking out. Vaughn will check in. Mascaro will check in for Giardino. Here's Thiago. Nothing doing as Virgon will clear it away once again. Here's Mascara, the sub. Gets held in the box. No whistle. He's going to pull it back out, still with it, trying to find somebody to pass it to. Can't find a lane to shoot. Eventually pulls the trigger, has it deflected before it ever gets to the net. Boy, I think there might have been an argument for a penalty shot there. Officials did not see enough to warrant the penalty, and Virgon's defense holds. Here's Stindl, picked up by Lucas at the stripe. And Lucas does a pretty decent job of winning that battle. Will still be a throw-in for Virgon, though. 10 minutes left to play here, plus stoppage time. And the United found themselves in a similar situation last week before Schweinsteiger equalized it late. They are looking for a little bit of late magic here again. Neymar gives it up to Mascara. Fresh legs, remember, from the substitute. He's going to go for Thiago. Thiago chips it forward for Mascara. He is once again past the defensive line and offside, and onside. Pass just got a little too far forward as Viviano is going to come pick it up, and we are going to get a whistle as a free kick coming for, I believe, they're going to get Mascara for the, not quite sure what he did there, but it will be a free kick for Virgon nonetheless, so a goal will not have counted in any event. Still, the United desperately in need of an equalizing goal here. Time ticking away. 6 and change left to play here as Belia dribbles around his defender. Looking for that one late spark. Ball kind of dangerously forward there a little bit for Virgon. For Aquarion. Fortunately for them, they were able to get it out of the defensive third. Here's Schweinsteiger now. He's picked up by Lucas. Trying to dribble forward is the star from Virgon. Nice chip forward, but equally good defending by Aquarion. Keeps it away. Young for Belia. Back outside for Young now on the far side. Here's Podolski. If he can get a centering cross in, he's got 3 white jerseys in the box. Instead, he's going to give it back to Young. Young thought about dribbling in. He will lose it back. Now the centering pass comes, and Wendt heads it away. Schweinsteiger will hold the top of the box, though. Rip one and just send it wide. Oh, that might have been the opportunity for Schweinsteiger. 25 yards out or so. Just misses that far post. Crisis averted for Aquarion. 5 minutes plus stoppage time left to play. Attempted pass for Schweinsteiger is going to be cut out by Affley. Gives it up to Lucas in the middle. Lucas dribbling forward now. Here's Mascara. Back to Thiago. Goal maybe not needed right now for Aquarion, but it certainly would be nice as Thiago tried to dribble it through the defense. Lost his footing along the way, and he will turn it over. Even just holding the ball right now will be fine for Aquarion. Anything to milk this clock. Keep that 1-goal cushion. Podolski back to Young. Attempted to chip it back to Podolski. Unable to. So it will be out for a Virgon throw that they will be happy to take their time in taking. Ball sent to the middle as Lucas sends it forward. It's going to be played back to Went. 89th minute now. Just 1 minute plus however much stoppage time is going to be added. I would imagine 2 to 3 minutes. Neymar tries to bring it forward, unable to. As, once again, ball lost out over the touchline. And once again, Aquarion happy to take their time in putting it back into play. Here's Went now. Back to Lucas as we approach 30 seconds to play here in the half, plus stoppage time. Aquarion looking for a big 3 points. 2 minutes of stoppage time will be added on. Virgon trying to avoid falling to what would definitely be near the bottom of the table with 1 point in 2 games. Ball chipped forward for Thiago. Thiago's got a Neymar in the middle, unable to find him. He will lose it back out over the touchline. But once again, not too sad about that, as it will waste a little more time, as Viviano will play it short for Hilbert. So the entire length of the pitch to go here for Virgon in the final minutes of this one. Schweinsteiger forward for Belia, possibly the last opportunity for Virgon, as Aquarion with a nice steal and takeaway. Affley just kind of dribbling around with it. Stindl takes it away. He's going to go forward for Van Wolfswinkel, just keeps it over the touchline. Tempted to get it to Schweinsteiger. Kept out by Went. Here's forward for Neymar, as Neymar to Depay in the middle of the pitch, and this is probably going to be the last offensive possession for either team, as Depay bringing it forward. He's going to find Mascara, can't do it. Pander takes it away. Here's Ashley Young, and there is the full-time whistle. Aquarion takes one from Virgon, 3-2. A beautiful goal by Thiago is the difference in this one. His second of the contest. A fluky goal by Giardino is really the difference, though. Schweinsteiger and Van Wolfswinkel did their best, but in the end, unable to take down Aquarion. Take a look at the final numbers here from this one. 3-2 is your final. Again, shots. This is a very equal match. 12 shots for Aquarion, 12 shots for Virgon, maybe one more on target for Aquarion. Tackles right around the same. Possession a little bit in favor of Virgon, but all in all, a very well played match. That is going to do it here for match number 1. We are getting ready to head over to PyCon for our next one, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Until then, I am Nate Liskow. Thank you for joining us. We will see you in a couple minutes.